Education to me is the most important thing that we have to do in this world.
It's About Children is an organization that focuses on helping kids, and we want to ensure that they finish high school.
That there's all these children that never get to go to high school because there's no money to do it.
In the northern Andes Mountains of Ecuador, in the small town of Cotacachi, the organization It's About Children is determined to help the best and brightest indigenous students complete high school. There are more than 40 indigenous communities surrounding Cotacachi. Mostly farmers and day laborers, the average pay for workers is often less than $25 a day.
It comes down to a difference between, do I feed my family or do I continue to send them to high school?
While grade school in the communities is technically free, it gets complicated after the students finish 6th grade in their community elementary school. There are numerous costs for the families that most just can't afford.
Usually the elementary schools are closer to where they live. So once they get to high school, they need to transport themselves.
When they get to the 7th grade, they have to start paying for their own transportation, their own books, all of their own supplies, their uniforms.
The relatively small amount that each student gets as a scholarship helps them with some extra supplies that they need, you know, whether it's notebooks and pencils and pens and paints if they're doing some artwork.
All of this comes out of the parents' pocket, and many of the parents just can't afford to send their children on to high school.
The communities are so extremely poor. Some of the mothers are solo and they've got 3 or 4 children and they make $127 a month. I don't know how they do what they do with that kind of money.
Surprisingly, it takes only $200 a year to help one outstanding student continue their education. Throughout the year, It's About Children sponsors various fundraising events like Trivia Night, as well as relying on generous personal and corporate donations. This year, It's About Children was able to raise enough money to sponsor 40 students for one school year. A special event was held, bringing the families together to review the students' progress and distribute the funds raised to each family. It was organized into 6 stations with the help of a group of fantastic volunteers. The first station is where the families checked in, as well as reviewing and updating their contact information. At Station 2, the students and their parents were asked to sign an agreement form pledging that the students would keep their grades up and that the parents would support their scholarship students' efforts. Next up, after making a sign with their name and student number, everyone had their picture taken at Station 3. At Station 4, a teacher was on hand to review each student's grades and help the family create plans for the student's continued scholastic improvement.
There is a monitoring process, and part of that is what you saw today, where we actually look at the grades and look at their progress.
At Station 5, the students presented a letter talking about their future aspirations and thanking the organization for their scholarship.
And we ask them, how can you do even a little better?
They also challenged the parents to participate in their child's success.
As a parent, what can you do to help, to encourage this kid?
Lastly, they arrived at Station 6. This is where the families were presented with their scholarship money and congratulated for their outstanding achievement. And to sweeten the occasion, they all received a bag of candy. Notwithstanding the achievement of raising sufficient funds to award scholarships to 40 outstanding students this year, It's About Children is setting their sights high for the coming years.
My goal is to try to get us up to at least 100 children at one time in high school.
But now we need to be thinking of expanding the program, making it even better.
If we can possibly get enough funds that we can eventually get the kids to be able to go to university.
The more education that people have, the less problems we're going to have in this world.
There are some children that really excel and they want to go to university. I mean, they really want it badly, but there's no possibility of it happening. And what a defeating thing for them.
While the cost of education in North America is rising at an alarming rate, you'll be surprised how far your tax-deductible donation can stretch in Ecuador.
It doesn't take a lot of dollars to help. It's $200 a year per child. And if people can see fit to donate so much a month to the cause or whatever they're able to do, for the communities to thrive and excel and be able to grow as a community, education is about the most important thing that can happen.
The simple fact is, without donations from charitable organizations and people like you, it's about children will have a difficult time continuing to support these bright and dedicated young people.
Right at this particular moment, we're helping about 40 children. We have 150 children on a waiting list.
The economic support is very important.
For less than $17 a month, you can give the gift of education to a deserving child for a full year.
Well, one thing that I noticed today when the kids were getting their money for this semester is the happiness they feel on what they've accomplished and their grades and how proud they are of themselves and the hugs they give and the thank yous that they give. They are truly, truly grateful for everything that's done for them. And I think if people actually witness some of that they would understand how meaningful this program is.
Your generous donation will be helping these students and their families build a better future, a future they couldn't have imagined possible just a few years ago.